Hi everybody, so today I want to talk about connecting an inline fuse to all of your components, especially your battery and your inverter. You want to make sure that you're not going to short out or burn out these components, so it's very important that you connect a inline fuse. I have a 300-watt inverter, and so I want to protect my inverter with a 400 amp inline fuse. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this inline fuse in between the inverter and my batteries, which because I have a bus bar, I am going to run the fuse between the bus bar and my inverter. So we're going to take our wire and we're going to put that on the end of the inverter, and then we're going to put another end and connect it to our bus bar. And from the bus bar, I'm sorry, not the bus bar, from the inline fuse. And so we're going to take the lugs and we're going to put them down, and then we're going to take the fuse and put it on top. We're going to take our washers and our locking lugs, and then we're going to take our screws or bolts and put them on top of there. And then we're going to hand tighten this down, and we are going to then tighten it up with the proper tool and the proper torque. So after we do all of that, that is how you're hooking up your inline fuse from your inverter directly to the bus bar. You can also connect this directly to the battery, but because you're going to have so much other stuff, I already have a bus bar, and so that's why we're connecting it to our bus bar. And as you can see, I'm tightening this here. And then after we get everything tightened, we have to put the cover on it. Now, I want to make sure I tighten this and keep that wire straight, so that way, and then another thing, you want to pull it all the way out a little bit, pull the lugs out a little bit so that the cap can fit on there properly. Because I did have bigger lugs, you want to make sure that you pull it out a little bit so the cap can fit on there properly. And I had to put a little force on it and push it down. So anyway, you guys, that is how I hooked up an inline fuse. I do have a 400 amp fuse in between my